Hello everyone, it's craft kit time. This craft kit we are going to make unicorn bookmarks. Fancy. His little bum will be sticking up in the air out of your book because that's the part that sticks out. So in your kit you have thread, you have instructions, which we're going to disregard because I'm your instructions. We have 2 unicorns and glue dots. Now let me talk to you about a glue dot because the first thing we're going to do is mess with those. Glue dots have a shiny side that is clear plastic and they have a paper side. So in order to do the glue dot, you peel the paper back off. You can do this. You place it on your unicorn in a unicorn type place. I put mine there. Now you're gonna rub it with your fingernail and you're gonna think, am I done? And no, you're not. You have to do this for a little bit. And the reason you're doing this is to make it stick more to the unicorn than to the plastic. And if you are starting to peel the plastic and it doesn't come off that easily, you didn't rub enough. So rub some more. Okay, second one, I'm gonna put on his head. Peeled the back off. I'm gonna rub it with my fingernail some more. Across the street, there's this house and pigeons literally live inside the roof. And so I look up every once in a while and pigeons are flying inside this roof. That can't be hygienic. Somebody's working on that house though. Maybe they're gonna get rid of the pigeons. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now you're gonna stack your unicorns. You're gonna glue them together with your glue dots. And this is kind of a sticky situation. All right, and maybe your hole won't line up perfectly. And if it doesn't, you might need to fix it. Because I had somebody help me punch the holes and I did not think to myself, the holes might not line up. So that's on me and I'm sorry. If it annoys you that these are not stuck together, you can get a glue stick and stick those together. But your next official step is to cut off his tail. And I just follow the curve from his back to his leg. And you don't need that. That's gone. That's trash now. I feel like making a joke about like me, but that's not body positive or anything, so we're not gonna go with that. I'm gonna drop my joke. Because saying he's trash like me, funny but hurtful to oneself over time. I'm trying to be nicer to myself, even though it hurts the humor. Okay, the next thing you need is like a piece of cardboard or something like that. I'm just gonna use this random card that I had here. It has somebody's head circumference on it. I think it's Andrew Carnegie's from when I knit Andrew Carnegie upstairs, the statue, when I knit him a hat for Christmas. The things you do. So you're just gonna wrap your string around a small piece of cardboard, your fingers, some other person's fingers, your cell phone. Just keep wrapping. You can do this. And from time to time, kind of squish it together and see how thick your tassel will be. And I want mine a little bit bigger than that. Still going. Still going. Okay, I'm gonna call that enough. It's a lot, but that's what we want. Trimming, that string. Now it helps you if you have a needle, but you don't need one. I'll show you how to do it without a needle. With a needle, you'll thread it underneath. But because mine bowed a little, I don't need a needle. So I'm going to thread my string underneath like that. I'm going to even it out a little. So it's kind of at the top or the bottom or the middle. Doesn't really matter. You just have to make sure that where you cut next has to be opposite of where you tie. So if I tied here in the middle, I will cut on the other side here. Okay? Now, what no one ever tells you when you're tying knots is that when you tie like the shoelace knot at the beginning of tying your shoes, you just cross the strands and put one through. If you do it again, it does not unravel. No one ever tells you that, but I'm telling you now. That's the crafting secret. It makes your life better in so many ways when you're like tying packages to give people for birthdays, Christmas, holidays, whatever holidays. All right, so you've tied that off there. Now is when you get your scissors. Sharp scissors help here. These are just scissors that were here. They're just here. It does not matter. You'll get through it eventually. Okay. And now, as you can see, I did not cut that evenly. That's what happens if you don't cut evenly. But you know what you do if that happens? You just trim them. Bam. It's fixed. See? Not hard at all. So I'm going to leave this long thing here. That's fine. I'm going to take another piece. This is where you need a needle. You need it. Okay? Trust me. A needle will help you. Now, the top here they call the head of your tassel. You need to create a neck of your tassel, which basically separates that. So you can decide to do it down here. You can decide to do it really high up. Anything you want is fine. Just don't wrap this up. This is precious. Must be kept separate. So I picked a place where I'm going to start. I'm going to start right there. That's how big the head of my tassel is going to be. So I am just going to wrap this. And you can tie before you start if that will help you. I don't think it's going to really help me very much because that's not who I am. I should be a person that likes precision. And I kind of am in many ways, but not with this. That's extra work I don't want to do. So you're just going to wrap this a bunch of times. And when you feel like that's enough of a wrapping, you're going to take your ends, squeeze this with your finger, maybe borrow a friend to hold it for you. And then you're going to thread a needle, which we know I have trouble with on a good day. So let me see the biggest head of this needle. This is going to end badly for me. I can tell. I'm so bad at threading needles. It's because I'm basically blind. Okay, we're gonna moisten because we lick thread on this channel. It makes your life easier, I promise. Yes, I did lick it. I'm sorry. But your grandma did too. And your great grandma. They all did. Oh, victory, victory. Okay, we threaded the needle. That's to show you, me doing that shows you threading a needle's hard. Okay, so you're gonna go down through the wraps with your needle. That kind of secures it, but it's not really secure. So you're gonna pick another place and go up a little through. We're like tying a knot here without actually tying a knot. And then you're gonna go down through it all again. And then you're gonna take the needle off and you now have a tassel that's complete. But you might be like me and be saying, what happened to this tassel? things aren't even, things aren't pretty. So just kind of separate these strands. I found one that didn't get cut previously. Okay, so we cut that guy. Smoothing that out. You see my thread is long here. All right, that's a tassel. You have step-by-step pictures in your craft kit instructions. So don't tell me I didn't give you pictures, because I did. All right, you're gonna be tempted to thread both of these through. You only need to thread one side. So one of these threads gets dropped. The other thread, after I drop it, is gonna go through the hole here in my unicorn's posterior. And now we're gonna tie it off. So you can tie this as tight as you want, but make sure that it's not tight enough that it's damaging your unicorn's body. I'm gonna put it down. I'm just doing the same knots I did earlier, the shoelace knot, where you over under kind of a vibe. You know how to tie your shoes. That first step, and then you just repeat it a couple times. And I'm tying it slightly loose, but not really loose, because I want it to have a little jiggle. Yes, yes. That's what we want from a tassel. See, this one I tied too tight, and it doesn't really move. This one's gonna move. So I tied that a bunch of times, trimmed it. If you have a little super glue at your house, you can super glue the knot so that it never comes untied. That's up to you. But that's how you make your unicorn bookmark. You can put your name on it. You can do some fancy lettering on it, put a quote you like, anything you want with your bookmark. But there he is. And now you know how to make a tassel. You can do all kinds of things. People do tassel garlands. People attach tassels to pillows, to curtains, to anything that you want. Make them for your keychains. It's really easy to do them. And if you get like heavier yarn, it takes less wrapping. So there's that option. All right. See you next week for another craft video.